Today, we are taking a look at what I think, or what I hope, is the future of drone technology. A tiny, foldable drone that fits in your pocket and flies itself. That's the whole drone right there, but it folds up, pops in your pocket, 125 grams total. Again, no remote control. It flies itself. And I haven't flown it yet, but it is pitched as simple, fun, and easy to use. So that's our goal today, is the Hover Air X1 simple, fun, and easy to use. We're gonna test that today. Now, right off the bat with this thing, you can see we have enclosed props, which is nice, especially for something that's kind of designed as like fly itself. So this thing bumps into stuff. It's not just gonna like drop out of the sky. One of the propellers hits a tree branch or like it bumps into your wall indoors. So that is very nice. And it also says it has a 3-second palm takeoff. So apparently I'm gonna start this thing up. 3 seconds later, it's going to launch itself, and it doesn't use GPS. So you're not having to sit there and wait for GPS, but it uses something called VIO positioning, which stands for visual inertial odometry. So somehow it's looking at you and it's understanding from frame to frame where you're going, and it's gonna follow you around. Just press the button, launch it up in the air, and off you go. And we do have a camera in here shooting 2.7K video up to 30 frames a second, and then in 1080 it can do HDR. And they say a 3-way stabilization system. So basically you have a gimbal on the actual camera itself, and then it is using image stabilization, and somehow it's doing horizon leveling. So if the drone's doing any of this, keeps that horizon nice and level. And then on top of the drone, you're gonna see 6 quick shot modes. I think this is where we're gonna start today, is let's just try these 6 modes. Gonna power the drone on with just the power button right there. And I can see what mode it's in. I'm gonna flip to the first one, which is hover mode, and then just hold my hand flat and see what happens.
Continue
hover. So the drone takes off, and now it's watching me. It's using that VIO system. And wherever I go, it's just gonna film me like a little tripod. And then when I want it to land, I just put my hand underneath it, and it lands in my hand. Shut up. That was it. It totally flies itself. Press the button, it launches up, and it just sits there and hovers like a little tripod, and it watches you wherever you go, and it's gonna film you wherever you go. Okay, the second mode is called zoom out. I tap the top button.
Zoom out.
She says zoom out. I press the launch button, and again, we're up in the air.
10 feet.
Okay, this time she's gonna launch. She's gonna zoom out 10 feet, she says. There it goes, she's up. And she's zooming out and up. Oh, it's like a cool, like a pull away shot. Comes back in and lands back on my hand. That is so killer. I mean, I have no idea what this footage looks like yet. Again, I know it's a 2.7K camera, although I should hook up to the app to make sure I'm actually filming in 2.7K. Oh, in the app, there's like a ton of difference. On each of the quick modes, like each of the 6 modes, I can customize each of them. So if I click on hover, I can go shooting mode, video, the duration, target tracking. I can switch the video quality. So I can actually change each of those settings. Here's zoom out. This is the one that we just did. Distance was 10 feet. I could go up to 30 feet. Oh, follow mode. This one will be interesting. Let's do this one after we do orbit, because I want to stay right here for a couple more. Orbit. Here's orbit. So in theory, this one is going to launch up. I set it to rise 3 feet in the app, so it's going to rise up 3 feet, go all the way around me like a big 360 circle, which again, like if you were on top of a mountain or something like that, that would look super rad. And then in theory, it'll see me, it'll come right back to me and land in my hand. Let's give it a shot.
20 feet.
20 feet. All right, there it goes. So she's going straight out first. That's about 20 feet, and now it's starting the orbit. This is like a shot that I would do with a drone. Like when we get somewhere, I set it to do the orbit, I launch it up. I usually have to fly it, or I have to like select myself, set up one of these quick shots. This thing's just doing it for me because the Hover Air X1 can see me. Right there, there's our 360. And now let's see it come back into me. Hold my hand out. Oh my gosh, that is so key. And then again, this whole thing just folds up and goes in my pocket, 125 grams. Bird eye. This one we set for 50 feet. There she goes. And so it waited a second, like it got over me, looked down and made sure that it knew, hey, that's you, I know my spot. And now she's going way up in the air, 50 feet, and then coming back down. See how well it comes back down to the same spot. So I have not moved my feet, I've not moved my spot. That came down perfect. That is so trick. All right, there's 2 more modes to do. One is the follow mode, which I'm gonna get my skateboard for. But the last one in this custom mode, I did something called dolly mode. And when connected to the app, it's gonna fly in front of me and I'm gonna walk for this one. And I'm gonna use something within the app called their audio. What's it called in here? It's just called sound recording in here, where the drone will be in the air and I can use my phone to sound record, and it's going to cancel out the sound of the drone as I use my phone as the microphone. Audio just coming through my phone, not through my fancy audio recorder here. Okay, now I can walk with the drone in front of me, and I'm using my phone as the audio recorder. So this drone is canceling out its own sound, so you can't hear it going wah, and you're just hearing me through my phone. Again, this is in theory. I haven't heard this on your end. How does it sound to you guys though? If I was to kind of walk around and do a video like this and show you guys something, or kind of act like I have a little cameraman here, it's like a little cameraman buddy. It's getting blown around by the wind quite a bit. It got really windy right there. And I saw like a little wibbly wobbly. How did that look in the footage? Again, this is just dolly track mode. Walking in front of me. If I back up a little bit, I think she's gonna follow me. Yeah, forward or back. Oh, this is so fun. This is the future. Like, this is what we want in drones, is a drone that just follows you around. Like, that's been the dream of every action sport person, is just a drone that you can throw up in the air, you could go do your thing, and the drone's just gonna follow you and get some sweet footage. Okay, let's find out how this follow mode works. All right, so I think once the red light is on the Hover Air X1, I think that lets me know like it has me and it's following me if I kind of move this way a little bit. Yeah, she looks like she's following me. All right. Okay, let's wrap this up with the Hover Air X1, the 125 gram foldable pocket drone. It's pretty fun. There's definitely some pros and some cons about this drone. Obviously the pros are small and lightweight. Like, you can legit just toss this in your pocket, go shooting along, pull it out, slap it open. You don't wait for the GPS, you turn it on, you press the button, it launches in 3 seconds, and you're in the air, you're getting shots. And I think for a lot of people, like, this drone makes sense for a lot of people that don't want to worry about registering their drone with the FAA, worrying about any of those kinds of rules. This thing does not fly high, it does not fly far away from you. This is a drone that is designed to shoot quick clips of you, either following you around or doing some of these kind of preset modes. And the footage is decent. For a teeny tiny camera like that, it's actually pretty good. The stabilization shocked me the most, because while I was skateboarding and this thing was following me, even in the park, like when the wind would really gust, this thing was doing a lot of wibbling and wobbling in the air, but the shot doesn't wibble wobble so much. And then lastly, on the pros category was that microphone mode. I do not understand how that microphone mode is so good. It must know the frequency that the blades produce, and it's able to perfectly cut that out. Because when you go back and forth between when I was using the Hover app, talking into my phone, and the microphone, the Rode Wireless Pro on my chest, you can clearly hear this in the Rode audio, and then you flip back to my phone and it's gone. And it's also quite durable. I kind I kind of punished it. Like, that's my job, is to beat the heck out of these things to show you guys whether they can handle it. I think I've crashed it 6 or 7 times right now, just making like really quick turns, like right as the tree was coming. So I knew it was gonna like swing wide and like hit the tree and tumble and fall, and no breakage, no nothing. Like, it's in great condition. I got like 2 scratches on the top, and that is it. The gimbal looks great. Even the prop guards, like those are all fine. The props are totally fine inside those prop guards. So durability wise, like great little drone to have with you. Now on the con side, it's obviously not like some crazy cinema drone. Like, this is more like a hobbyist drone. Add in some really trick tracking features with that VIO system. And for that, it's pretty dang good. The battery life is a bit of a bummer. I mean, not a bummer for this size. Again, this that little piece, that's the battery, that's the whole battery. It comes with this dual charger, so you can charge up 2 at once, but each battery has about 11 minutes of flight time, so it's not a crazy amount. I would say if I was taking this thing out for like a full day, I would take 3 to 4 batteries with me, and I think I would be fine. A foldable, portable, 125-gram drone that fits in your pocket, but that can fly itself. That's pretty trick. I want to hear your guys' thoughts though on the Hover Air X1. Is this something that makes sense for you? Like, maybe you're somebody that doesn't want to learn how to fly a drone, isn't looking to go super high or super far away from you. You just want some shots that you can tie into a video, maybe have this thing floating up in front of you while you're going for a walk, being able to talk into your phone, shoot some audio. It's a pretty trick little drone. Again, I want to hear your thoughts on this drone. I'm gonna keep flying around having some fun with this thing. It definitely goes faster than 15 miles an hour. They say it only goes up to 15, but I was going like 18, 19 miles an hour multiple times, and it had no problem keeping up with me. Even faster than they claim. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. I'm stoked I didn't break it when I was durability testing this thing. Like, it's just got that like spring back on this stuff. I think this thing could take a heck of a fall. Like, I don't feel terrible about doing this. I don't feel great about it. But I know that it's not gonna break. Passes the durability test.